because you get aroused. Getting aroused is not a chosen behavior.
Of course.
It is simply a physiological reaction to what you have, your brain's becoming conditioned to think is important. It has significance. But it still is not a chosen behavior. Therefore, that would imply if the left wanted to make if they could make a separate gender identity out of latent homosexual, if they wanted to. Now they haven't done this very much, but they could if they wanted to follow their own ideology to the letter. They could. So that's just something I didn't say in the book, but that's something I've wanted to say. This fits in later on with what's going to happen 50 years later. Okay, so so that was true. So anyway.
You had never told anyone.
No, that's right. No, there never been. I think one time I was joking to myself, I was soliloquizing myself in the shower one time, homosexual on the loose. One time I was saying that to myself, somebody thinks I'm a homosexual on the loose. LOL. I remember maybe somebody overheard that or something when I was by myself in the shower, but I may have said that one time to myself. But the dean promised, the dean then, this is where it gets interesting.
Yeah, so what does he say next?
He said, well, I'm glad you told me this and so forth. And he said, I should call your parents. And so I told him that my parents were visiting the Smiths in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I knew the address, which I won't give out here, but I knew what the address was. It's southeast of downtown. And it's a place I had been before. And the house that it's in is really interesting. And that will come up in a minute. But so all he had to do was call information and get the number and see if they could get the, because he had the address. And I said, you can do that if you want. But my parents had gone on from taking my friend, me and my friend, to dinner and then to Jamestown on Friday. They had driven about 340 miles to Charlotte, North Carolina, and to visit these friends. And I had been in that house that they have one time in 1955. And I still remember that house real well. And also remembered the church that they went to, and the organ recital we went to there that one weekend in 1955. I was real impressed with. So that had stuck in my mind.
So your parents are in that house when they get a call.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I go back to the dorm room, and one other thing the dean said that's real important is, you don't need to worry about this. We aren't going to ask you to leave school or not. Some persons who have looked at my screenplay and have thought that's the most shocking thing of the whole story is that he said that.
Well, of course, because
I have gotten that feedback from credible people. That's the most shocking thing of all, that he made that promise and then broke it.
But as far as you knew, on that day, that was the truth.
Yeah.
So you leave that meeting, and how are you feeling?
So I'm not that anxious about it because he's given me that reassurance.
Sure.
But so the weekend,